All right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of America and tell you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you are the chosen people of who the world ignorantly calls God and who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His true name is Yahweh, that's being the Most High's real name in the Hebrew, and Yahweh Shai being who the Most High's Son's name is in the Hebrew, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. We had another day prophesying the downfall of America, also known as Babylon, spiritually Sodom and Egypt. And we're coming out to basically tell you people that you need to come back to the Heavenly Father, because the only people that's going to escape the destruction are the elect 144,000 men and the 1/3 of the chosen, the multitude that Yahweh Shai picked, you know? First off, we want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the elders and apostles at Great Millstone GMX. Shalom to you, I can preach this word in sincerity, diligence, and truth. Alright, so as I said, we come in another day in Babylon, Las Vegas, and you got a lot happening around the world. Basically, what's the vibration is everybody who's not in this word is getting messed up. A bunch of people's lives are being taken by Yahweh Shai, you know? If you're not in this word, then you're not protected. The scripts say the angels encampeth about.
Are you taking our picture?
The scripts say the angels encampeth about those that fear Yahweh Shai, you know? And if you ain't fearing them, then you gonna be slaughtered. You're gonna be slaughtered. You number for a death. You know, you had the building that just burned up in the UK, United Kingdom, and how many people died over there? They want to say on the news about 30, and then they brought out other news outlets saying 13 to 17. But the woman that knew the people inside those buildings said it was 500 to 600 people that lost their lives. And think about it. You know it's the truth. You got a building that big, and you telling me only 17 people was home? That don't even make sense. It was 500 to 700, 500 to 600 or more people that lost their lives that day.
It's too easy to it's too easy to believe the big numbers. You know, but they can't throw that out there as the masses, because they got to push their agenda.
Hey, if I might say this, the brother in London, he pretty much put up a clip of basically it was supposedly in the building before it burned all the way up. But they was walking through the building and you saw a dead body with a sheet laid over it.
Just there.
And there's no explanation about that. It's just going quiet. Nobody's reporting that, you know. So basically, we understand that this is a tactic from the elite, all right. And pretty much this is the way of the devil coming down upon us, having great wrath, because he know that he have but a short time. All right. Basically, what that was over there was one big occultic ritual. That's all that was, man. And they burnt up all those people, all them souls in that building, as a wicked sacrifice to the spiritual demon Satan.
And if you look at how the building was burning, it burned up too quick. They said the whole building was in flames in about like 4 to 5 minutes. You know, and then you had sections of the building that wasn't even touched with the fire. I believe it was the lower left-hand corner. Wasn't even hit with the fire. And then they said they heard explosions. So what does that mean? It's explosives in the building. You know? That's it. And that shows you that the wicked is ruling. You know? Can you bring that up?
This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the... I'm going to break that down real quick. Ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. That's the elect that's dwelling within this word. You Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, that's within this word. Right? Because we have the hedge of protection around us. Right? It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
The devil, being you so-called white people, you Edomites,
Starting with the elites,
being you Rockefellers, you Rothschilds, you DuPonts, you Gettys, you Bilderbergs, you know, all of y'all Satan. You are your father, you know, and your father is spiritual demon Satan. You are the father. John 8:44.
Yeah, man.
But it says that he knows that he have a short time left. You know, these elites is desperate. So what they gonna do? They gonna stir up all the chaos. They bringing out all these false flags. You had the the so-called bombing at the Ariana Grande concert, which was fake. What else? You got a whole bunch. It's been a whole bunch of little pop-ups of false flags that's been happening lately.
The baseball game.
Gun. Select it. Say it again, bro.
Baseball.
Gun. The baseball game.
Shooting at the baseball
Gun.
game.
The GOP political baseball game. How do we know that was real? We ain't seen no body, but we seen the body of the person in that tower. You know. But they said that he was taken to the hospital. 2 were shot, but he recovering. So they ain't show no pictures of him. No police report of him, no hospital reports, no statement of him or showing any of his scars. So what does that tell you? Esau trying to lock down everything, you know? You having curfew.
This is all done as a psyop, basically a war on the minds of you people, man.
Psychological operations.
Psychological operations.
Down in the South, I believe it's Atlanta, Atlanta, Georgia. They it's like a little smaller. I don't want to say martial law, but that's what it is. It's like a smaller martial law for the young kids out there. From like, I believe the age of 14 down, they got to be in the house by a certain time.
That's
and
what? That's going on in Louisiana.
New Orleans. And New Orleans, you know? And Esau just trying to crack down on everything right now. It's like the script say, he know that he have but a short time left. So what he gonna do? He gonna create some chaos here. People gonna sympathize towards that. And they gonna follow into the madness, unknowingly knowing. It's like unknowingly, God following into the BS, you know, because Esau likes to please with people's emotions, and who's that really stuck with? It stick with you women. You women are the main priority with Esau, because he know if he got the women, starting with the so-called NWO, and she's Esau's puppet. She's his lapdog, you know?
She's the leader of the woman's world, man. At the end of the day, even though she on the bottom and want to be everybody but herself, she still runs what trends she sets, the world follows after.
Well, that's Eve. Eve was the mother of all nations, man. You know?
I just seen a video, like it was earlier this morning, and there was a Jake on the internet rapping about how Eve want to follow trends of the white woman. But then he said, oh, when it's Esau the man and Eve together, everybody looks at it as okay. But once it's a Jake that got a Edomite woman in submission, the world look at it like it's bad. Well, we're not supposed to be mingled in with the heathen anyways. But you know, when the world does see Esau the man and Eve, they gravitate towards it, you know? Mixed racial couples is a huge thing.
They embrace it. They just like this homosexuality shit. They say love wins. You know, so it's all love. But what about the Negro man and the Negro woman? Where's the love at with them? You don't see a lot of that going on. It's there, but there ain't a lot of it going on anymore. You see interracial couples more than anything now. And they say that's love. But what about loving your own? That should be love as well.
This is all a war on your mind, man. That's all it goes back to. This is the agenda of elites going back from the beginning, man. This is what their plans were. This is part of the New Order agenda. It's basically to get everything in a chaotic condition and then to bring order to it. So he can control that, man. You know?
If you set up the problem, what's it called?
Problem, reaction, solution.
That's how I do. He creates a problem. Before he creates the problem, he figures out what your reaction is going to be with these little psyops and whatnot, and then he has a solution to it. The solution to the end-all, be-all solution is the New World Order. With the mark of the beast and the chip. That's the end-all, be-all to this. He can control everything, even your emotions, if he has that chip in you.
You become his slave again, but deeper. You know, he becomes your God. You know, you putting all trust in him. You're supposed to put all your trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know?
John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil.
That's right. All you so-called white people, you are your father the devil. That's Esau, being red, the red man. Ye are of your father the devil.
Let me chime in real quick. Really, the Lord is basically telling the wicked scribes and Pharisees that they're of their father the devil, because Jake was basically submitting to the influence of the Roman Empire, man. They were submitting to the Romans So basically, they did as the Romans did. All right, then you had the wicked chief priests and wicked scribes and Pharisees. They basically were in cahoots with the Romans to continue on in the position that they had in the synagogue and the chief seats, man. So when they was acting as demons, the Lord cussed them out like, man, y'all are your father the devil, man. Y'all doing exactly after this damn devil, man. Which the devil was the Romans at the time, but right now in this day and age, the Romans are still ruling. And that's these so-called white people, the Edomites.
That's right.
All right, we at the last leg of the Roman Empire, all right, which America is modeled after the ancient Roman structure and system. All right, back in the Roman Empire, you had a bunch of homosexuality, all right, lesbians, all right, a lot of pedophilia was going on, a lot of politics was involved, you know, guys, yeah, a lot of corruption, a lot of guys selling out to Caesar, war spreading out. So this is that beast coming back again, man. All right, but that's all just proving that Yahweh Shai called the so-called white man the devil, because he said you're acting like the devil.
You look at the 2/3 of our people.
They modeled after the so-called white man. They do as he do. They follow his ways and his philosophy, man. That's why you see the woman coming out here dressed naked, you know.
That's why you see Eve dyeing her hair. That's why these niggas in the rap industry wearing dresses, speaking just total wickedness, you know, because that vibration is heavy right now, bro. That vibration is huge on Jake. It's either if you ain't talking about the women, the clothes, the drugs, then you basically your, I don't want to say popularity, but your popularity in this society is gone. You're on a low level.
You're not accepted.
You're not accepted.
And that was that Black Mirror, right?
It all goes. All that shit is all. The brother in London, he always goes into stuff like this, but look up the Tavistock Institute. That's basically an entity that the elites use and they basically through that corporation controls all factions of life. The social media, all the news sites, your trends, all that shit come from the Tavistock Institute.
Because a lot of things alter your spirit, like vibrations that alter your spirit. The music you listen to, that change your spirit. If you listen to a whole bunch of trap and a whole bunch of just bullshit, you're gonna start thinking in that mindset. You know?
Let me say, it's like, I'm gonna cut right. But like 3 6 Mafia got big for a little while, right? What do you think vibration that they put you onto? The name of their company was Hypnotized Minds. What vibration do you think they was hypnotizing you towards? Well, they opened you up to that portal of the wicked music that came after you. And now that vibration is on you.
I believe it was either in a movie or I believe the rapper a rapper said it. He's like the music that we create. If it's like the drive-by music, the music that we create, and you got everybody in the car and you bumping that music and it's turned up all the way to the highest level, ain't nobody thinking for themselves. They just thinking of the evil that they're about to do. But as soon as that music get turned down, people start to think, oh, I'm really about to do this stupid shit that I'm about to do. But it's the demonic vibration on that music that got you thinking and putting you in that mindset of, yeah, we about to roll up on this nigga and kill him.
MC8 said.
MC8.
Yeah.
You know?
I was out. Hey,
music to drive by.
I was gonna say Tupac's Tupacalypse, and there was a couple of other albums. I don't remember. It was Public Enemy. Oh, it was Public Enemy, Tupac, and Ice-T's Cop Killer. Those were the ones that put the vibration on Jake back in the 90s, the early 90s, to want to smoke cops, to kill cops. So that vibration was out there.
They ended up, matter of fact, they ended up blaming the Tupac album for the inspiration of that one Jake in Texas. He killed a state trooper. He claimed that he was listening to Tupacalypse Now or whatever. It was back in like '92. And you know, they put it on him, so they
he
went,
said the guy
that's
said,
why what's his name, Dan Quayle blasted
the
him.
vice president back under George H.W. Bush. He was persecuting Pop back.
And this is all within the plans of Esau, trying to dumb down Jake's Lucky, and to herd him up, to put him in the concentration camps, you know? Because you got the devils that run the music industry. You got that devil Lear Cohen,
Yeah.
He run the hip hop industry, and look at the effects of it. As soon as the chip is implemented or put on the level, who gonna be the people pushing it? Your celebrities, your NBA players, your musicians, you know,
your worldly celebrities,
your actors. You know, people that you redeem or esteem to the highest level. You know,
Your politicians too.
your politicians too. But the people that you look up to the most are gonna be the people that push it.
So what do they have to do? So they have to actually do all these Psyops programs to get the masses understanding the perspective that they want to push, to get an emotional state to want to follow after that. Because like all we was talking about last night, right? All the kidnap movies going on. So you're gonna want the chick for all these kidnap movies. So everyone, Amber Alerts, kidnap movies, and whatever else. Older people with dementia. So that's not just in kids. That's already in the animals.
Taken.
And there's gonna be in the movie Taken, the movie Sleepless with Jamie Foxx, Kidnapped with Halle Berry. That's all preconditioning to get you to take that chip.
And Jake is a bunch of sadist children, like Yahweh Shai said, you know. So just take go ahead. But just take one league of athletes. Just take the NBA and take the star player of every NBA team and tell them to push the chip. Look how many people then go get it freely. Or just take the top rapper in the society and say, okay, the first 5,000 people that get the chip gonna get free concerts, free tickets to my concert. Look how many people gonna get it.
So it's a lot. I want to hit a point. I want to kind of hit a point on that. Because this is all in the power. Like we read, he coming down having great wrath, right? Because he knows he had but a short time. He know what time it is. He can read the prophecies like the scripture tell us to measure the time diligently. You know, we're going to get that. But he know what time it is.
This is like the fourth quarter for this devil.
Right.
So he's pulling out all his trick plays.
2 minute warning.
I was going to say 2 minute warning.
He's pulling out all his trick plays, and Jake's is,
Pretty much, Esau he's at the point where he's trying to make the finishing touches on this mega house that he's labored to build since we've been in captivity here. And right now that he's trying to make those finishing touches, which basically represents his New World Order, he feels like once he get a few pieces together and everything fixed up, he gonna be able to live in it, and that house ain't gonna basically go down. All right, that's what he sees with his New World Order, which is basically him trying to mimic the birthright that he wanted, going back to the blessing from Isaac, man.
They just shut off.
That's what the New World Order is pretty much in a nutshell, man. All right, and that house that this man is laboring to build is pretty much wickedness, but him ruling over it. You know, that's what he wants, man.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
The devil always using every trick he got. He's at the point where he's about to use every trick he got to that he done the research on. He gave a diligent search. He's gonna use everything he got to make sure his plans are executed.
And deceived them that dwell.
Read that again.
And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
Yeah, that's talking about the Roman Empire, but it's further going into the last leg of the Roman Empire, the dragon. All right, and the military capabilities that this Rome has, it has the power to drop nuclear bombs on other nations, and that was one of the wonders that actually happened, man. Especially dealing with when the U.S. dropped that bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You know, that was a great wonder. That was done by the beast, by the dragon, man. You know.
Nobody has seen that much destruction.
Nobody had never seen that much destruction at that point in time, man.
So with that image and with that type of destruction, who do they think that was? They're gonna get this man claiming he Jesus Christ. that his image is supposed to be like that, so you're going to believe that when you see that type of power.
Donnie, Esau glory off of that destruction. He the first one to destroy a group of people by a bomb. They love saying that.
They still, in Japan, still suffering the effects of that today.
Yeah. But that's what that
Thousands of
means
birds,
with that
one
with that
hit.
with that scripture. Go ahead.
Verse 14.
But he has that technology on standby. So and the world know it now. So he's always acting like, don't act like I can't press the button on y'all. Like they probably did at this tower. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, this is going right into that Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And verse 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Saying,
World War II.
saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image.
Hey, but they have that war miracle, and they have the miracle of their philosophies played out through vibration and spiritual witchcraft. That's the word about it.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth.
Right now, they're going to really push that witchcraft part right now through their philosophy.
Witchcraft is what's going to play on your mind.
Exactly.
The witchcraft right now is all them different terrorist plots, which is a psychological operation. It's psycho warfare on your mind to get you people used to seeing these things, so that way when they bring their new world order, you'll already be compliable or acceptable to it, man. They basically want everybody to basically be all right, or basically to dupe the minds of the people into accepting totalitarianism.
That's why they call the American public Goyim, cattle, because they follow the exact plans that the elite bring up. They don't think for themselves.
That the cowboy wrangled them up in the direction of right.
So if I may say this how you know that this is the left hand working with that, going back to that London that fire on that fire tower. They made a movie about that.
Towering Inferno.
The Towering Inferno back in 1974, man.
Yeah.
And that was a so-called Jewish movie. That was by the so-called Jews.
They show a lot of their plots in the television, in the programming that they send out towards the public. I remember I was watching, I was on YouTube, and I remember a show called Johnny Bravo that I used to watch on Cartoon Network. It had, and in the background of one of the scenes, they had the Twin Towers burning. And that was before the Twin Towers actually went down. So the elites already have this in it. They already planned out what they're gonna do, but they're subliminally hide it to the public. And those that see it, they'll be like, ooh. But ain't nobody, the majority ain't gonna believe what the few say,
Because they're only looking at the entertainment of it.
When the rich man speak.
Every other movie coming out now is about either martial law, end of the world,
rebellion,
chaos. Rebellion, overthrowing the government, the chip.
All that's tied into it.
Saying to them that dwell in the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Because it was wounded back in the day.
Deadly wound got healed, but it Rome basically failed. It went down, and then it came back in the Renaissance era, man.
Keep going.
Verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Now, what's funny is if you don't know if they spin that the right way, you think that was the Lord showed the people dying and then coming back. Because if you ain't got your eyes open to know who's who, and they spin it that way, showing you all their signs and lying wonders, you would believe that they're the chosen people. Especially once 1948 and all that, the Balfour Declaration came back in, you still look like that should be them. But they don't fit all the prophecies. But we better, but the seals are just now being open to see all of that.
And he had power to give life to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
And what's his device? That's how we know the end game. What's his device? We're about to tell you what the device is, but that's his plot to do. We need you to be completely under subjection to us, or we're gonna kill you.
They want the majority in a docile state, because if everybody is in a kid state of mind, then they'll flock to what the parents say, That's why they say that the children are the most, children are the most vulnerable. But the elites looking at the docile and those that follow directly after their plans as children. Yeah, you fell into my plan. You fell into my plot. Now we got you. You think we were in your best interest, but actually we were out to get you. You know?
I got a quick brief for you, real quick. This is Book of Psalms, chapter 10. Psalm chapter 10, verse verse 8. He set up in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth them into his net.
Start that up.
It's all the catches.
A lot of that. Go ahead. Go back to
Psalms 10 and 8. He set up in the lurking places of the villages.
A lot of he's within every avenue that Jake has to deal with. The people that in the public anyway. He's in the music. He's in the movies. Everything that the masses deal with, social media.
They're in the shadow.
They're there.
They're right there. Controlled. Yep.
They sit in every lurking places of the villages. They set up chapters. Read it.
Yeah, it says he set up in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent.
Hey, and that's, going back in the time of when Yahushua was calling snakes and vipers. That's what Esau do though. Because if you pay attention to the actions of a snake, one thing they have is camouflage. Whether it be a cottonmouth or any snake, their first instinct is to camouflage and to wait for that prey to walk by him so they can inject that venom into him. Come out of that secret place and bite him.
They wait in little corners and under the brush, in hidden places.
So when you have Esau set up as the power of this world, because the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, he's gonna wait for the majority to flock to anything that they make popular, and he's gonna be the power structure or the head of that.
Manipulator.
Kind of manipulators.
I got another after I read this. Psalms 10 and 8. He set up in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes.
Is who?
That's us.
The Israelites, the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. We don't care about the rest. The Heavenly Father don't care about the rest of you people. Y'all aren't innocent. Y'all not Israelites. He don't care about y'all. But he gets y'all. But Esau gets y'all too. He gets everybody. He gets his own people. Go ahead, bro.
It says, his eyes are privily set against the poor.
Hey, his eyes are privately set against the poor. Meaning that's his main objective to get. Well, he knows if he destroys the Israelites, he don't ever have to come out of power.
Because everybody else gonna bow down. Israel is the most rebellious nation on this earth. So if you have Israel under subjection and totally through, then the rest of the nation is gonna follow lead after the one that got the power. Just like in the kingdom, when we had the power, Lord willing, we are those elect men. But the elect gonna have the power in the kingdom, and the rest of the heathen gonna just follow suit under.
It says he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor.
Hey, you think you run into a cave or a burrow in the mountain to escape the wrath and all of the destruction going on for safety, and what's waiting in there? A damn lion. You didn't step into a lion. That's how he sets you up. He gets you to where he's at, and then he gets you once he's in there. He got you trapped.
And this devil's so witty with it, even though we ain't ignorant of Satan's devices, he'll make it to seem as the public as if it's a good thing. Like he'll put something on social media, put it as the headline, market it, and have all the top athletes, actors, everybody that's thought of high esteem in the society,
get behind
it. And once he'll do it, he'll have an underlying message in it where it's detrimental to everybody except the top of his people, and then just destroy him with it.
A great example is Facebook. Facebook, you have now put your between Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all social media, you have now put everything that you're about, and they're making you keep your location device on as a tracker. They got you completely know where you at, where to find you. And that's why some of you dumbass fugitives out there, y'all fall for that by trying to be accepted by the world and get on social media, and that's how they find you.
Salaki. First thing they said about this shooter, so-called, of the baseball game is Did you read his social media?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how you. That's
Get
their
on his
portfolio.
Facebook.
That's their bio now. That you fill out yourself and willingly submit it to the government. That's what that is.
Half the criminal activity is already being live streamed.
Yeah.
You live stream your own crimes and shit. That's how dumb Jake is.
You got the Jake that
They-
tortured
they-
the Edomite in the
yeah.
apartment. You got the Jake that's
They doing all they dirt right in the open, man.
stealing cars on Facebook Live.
Giving evidence against himself.
Yeah.
You can't even plead the fifth.
Right.
There was like one nigga, this nigga was in the house, he was in the crib by himself. I think he was in the trap house. This nigga's on Facebook Live, counting all his money that he got, you know, talking shit, feeling himself. And then out of nowhere, SWAT busts in.
They
caught his ass right live on
And
Facebook.
it's only a matter of time. Anywhere you got internet, the devil know where you at. If it's if you're on any device, whether it be phone, whether it be laptop, tablet, any device of that such, and you got Wi-Fi or data, you can be
Devil got your
captured,
IP
but
address.
IP address. He can find you basically. You know, and he
If it's that easy for Esau to do that, why the fuck are you still got niggas in Israel posing with AK-47s and pictures, man?
Thank you.
Knowing all this, you still got niggas in Israel that's supposed to know better, taking pictures with fucking military guns,
Right.
MK-14s and all that shit, man.
AR-14.
AR-14. I don't know my guns.
You know? But that's part of that secret council as well. A lot of you niggas are playing into with this devil, with this elite devil. This is what he got planned for you, man. And you playing right into it. So when he comes for you, he got justification now.
Which means so like go right to that 211.
Because they keep putting that word black on us, you know?
Yep.
So when you put that word black on us, they see the same thing as the Black Panthers, a rebellion group that's gonna rise up carnivore.
Or Black Lives Matter.
And that's what you niggas is putting forward. When you be taking your pictures with your guns in them, that's showing Esau that you're gonna fight them carnally. When that's not our message. We waiting on Yahweh Shem Shah to fight for us. But you ain't taking this devil down with the same blessing that the Most High gave him.
So hit that in the second person 211.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2:11.
Because you guys are falling right into the hands of this devil. You fell for the trap. All of his psyop and all
Right
of that.
into the trap.
You not only led yourself into it, you're leading our whole nation of people into it. If salvation was up to you guys to get us out of this thing, we'd never get up out. Nor do you want to get up out.
That's the word, bro.
This 2 Thessalonians 2:11. And for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie.
And that lie is that you can live peacefully if you just follow the statutes, laws, and commandments. If you have your own kingdom within this kingdom. With a lot of those too are really whether General Yohana or Nate is really pushing out. And a lot of you other Israelite groups that's in the shadows, man, Israelites or whatever else, you guys was on that same tip. A lot of you guys was out there on that Blacks for Trump too, man. We know about you guys, man. We saw what you was out there doing. You ain't pushing for Trump to hurry up and destroy America so we can get the kingdom. You want it so you want to try to live good in this life.
You want Trump to build this place back up.
Yeah. So you can live better because you thinking he's gonna do good for you. But everybody that
Jake have no friend but Caesar.
Right. Hey, everybody that voted for Trump hates you though. Don't forget that the majority that voted for Trump hates you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead, bro. Is that the end of that good?
2 Thessalonians 2:11. And for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie.
And the lie, the truth is that only Yahweh Shem Shai can get us. Anything else from now is a lie. So whatever anybody else is telling you, that's what you niggas is believing. You believe you're gonna get out of captivity by any other means than Yahweh Shem Shai taking us up out of this thing.
It says that they all might be damned to believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness.
Yep, and they can stop right there just so we keep it to the point. But that's the point. That you believe a lie, that you have pleasure in unrighteousness. That's because you want to continue living this unrighteous life. You enjoy this place like this.
Loving this present world. But yeah, like the brother said, these guys are basically playing into the psyop that the so-called white man then laid, man. They're playing into that, into his Psyop. So it's going to start making people believe that all Israelites believe in taking it carnally, taking the so-called white man down with the sword, man. That's the implication that they're giving. All right, we supposed to be spiritual, man. You playing right into the trap of the devil, man. All right. So going back, Psalms 10:9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth them into his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. And this is the ultimate attitude that he has. Verse 11. He saith in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten. He hideth his face. He will never see it.
Hey, because the Most High doesn't execute vengeance speedily on the wicked, he thinks that nothing will ever happen.
You think the Lord is with him?
Yep. You're gonna let him, because it seems like he got free license to do all the wickedness he wants, and he's prospering in that wickedness, so he don't think nothing gonna stop, nothing can stop him. And just in case he got his Psyops and the final touches on his New World Order plan to keep completely control everything. That's where he's at right now. You have that other piece of it.
Psalm 64:1. Hear my voice, O God, and my prayer preserve my life from fear of the enemy.
Hey, that's the elect saying that. That King David.
That was King David, yeah. But
that's the song of the elect.
That's the song of the elect, yeah.
That's what we should be saying, because this beast has got some shit for you.
Yeah. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. That's talking about the so-called Illuminati, the elite banking families, their councils, their wicked councils that they have. And then they basically sign laws and they basically put everything into play to basically come against you tribes, man. That's what it's all about. And believe you me, them 500 people that died in that building, majority of them were more than likely Israelites, Jakes. They were poor. They were basically of the poor.
Hey, if you remember in that movie,
that was a regular ass tower apartment building, so you know it was poor, like people that's not rich. You know, the working class that lived in that building.
Lower level people.
That's majority Jake, man. That was a lot of Israelites that died in that fire, man.
I think that the people that did that didn't know who was living in there.
Right. Yeah, just like in that movie, The Purge. What was this? Anarchy? Was it the second one? Anarchy? The second Purge, right? When they was going in buildings, killing people, they knew where they was going. They were taking out Jake. And then the third one, when they said it, I believe the third one or the second, the end of the second one, it was like, yeah, we got to get rid of those lower level people. We're trying to exterminate them people.
Well, that's what the whole purge is about anyway.
Right, that's what the initial point of the purge
the whole agenda of the purge was to get rid of the undesirables.
That's exactly right. Yep. And they showed it acutely in that second. That was it.
It says, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows.
Philosophy is where they really devise this, the most hurt against our people. You know, they use it. That's why they say the pen is mightier than the sword. Well, before they write it down, they spoke it with their tongue. But when they execute it through these secret councils and these laws and these psyop agendas and these like having that vibration on the music, having them certain what's it called, subliminal messages in the movies and the TV. How is it that Jake has went from the 90s with all black and that old gangster wear, khakis and Chuck Taylors, to super baggy, which is a progression of that, all the way to skinny. Within 5 years, they went from super baggy with the long ass t-shirts to skinny.
To dresses.
To dresses in a matter of 5 to 10 years. Just that fast they did that, because they knew once they got a few people hyped up to do that they could push that vibration on them. And it worked, so they know that they can use that plan. And he's still hitting you with the okie doke. He's still hitting you with the okie doke. And for you that still want to try to think outside of that, he got destruction for you. He knows what his weapons are, and he knows how to use them. His witchcraft, and if his witchcraft don't work, he'll kill you. The sword, exactly right. Go ahead, bro.
It says, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words that they made.
I told you right there. His arrows and his
with this man, this man is speaking. He's speaking great blasphemy, man. Everybody could do as thou wilt. which is a satanic slogan from Aleister Crowley, the ultimate Satanist. Lucifer is God, which is what the Freemasons believe. Yeah. You know, all manner of wickedness, man. And it's basically doing its job in influencing you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. You know, putting you in that what they call in that movie Get Out, the sunken place. All right, it's all witchcraft against you, man. Enchantment against Jacob.
You brought up the sunken place, right? That sunken place makes you more vulnerable to whatever else is going on, to whatever they push on you. That was subliminal in that movie, man. That's why the Middle Lord loved that movie, because that was just something real. That was something real that you people had to deal with. You guys get pushed in that second place, whether through the vibration of music, social media, your woman. Somehow they find a way to get you into that second place, and now you're vulnerable to the demonic witchcraft of this devil.
What's that? Nahum the 3rd chapter. Yeah, it's one more verse. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect, which is Israel. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Right? That's the secret council, man.
But and now, who shall see them? We know that there's an Illuminati out there, that there's a Masonic order out there. We know who those people are, the Skull and Bones, so on and so forth, so on and so forth. We know who those guys are. We see you.
How are they hitting things that Esau set up?
Ultimately, the Most High sees you.
Right.
And that's why it says, the eye shall be set upon a sinful kingdom in Amos the 9th chapter, man. You know? His eyes are upon a sinful kingdom. The Lord sees all manner of evil and wickedness done in this place, man. You know? And this so-called white man, with the pride that he has, he believes that this device is going to keep working and working and working until he ultimately fulfill the apex of his new world order, man.
And one of the greatest analogies I heard about America, but it was basically about the so-called white man. That's how I took it. He said, if you're a hammer and all you know how to do is hit nails, what else are you gonna do? They're gonna be like, well, we need somebody that can gently go in there and pry and lift and, you know, do something else. Well, I'm a hammer. I don't know nothing else but hammering shit. So he's gonna keep doing the same thing over and over until it works. Till he beat the shit out of it till it works. That's what this man does. He don't know another way to make something work. You don't have another tactic, but witchcraft and destruction.
And deception.
Yep, that's all he knows.
Witchcraft, destruction, and deception.
Yep. You the fourth person that name, right?
Three.
I think four. Yeah.
It's Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot.
That's talking about America. All right? And America, the elites use America as that ultimate tool to basically work its work on the planet. To get all the other nations to submit through the US, man. Through the muscle of the United States. Through the witchcraft of the United States, man. You know? This is like the epicenter for their wickedness, man.
Right.
You
So
know?
whatever don't work in the rest of the world, it works here.
Well, it works here, but they understand the influence of America and it spreads throughout the rest of the world. That's why that's why the scriptures go into in Revelation about the wrath of the wine of her fornication. You know, all the other nations that have been drunken. That's the influence of America and them being victims to the witchcraft and the philosophy of America, man. Through the deception of its media, social media, you know, Hollywood, entertainment, you know, and then they get the intimidation because of the military force. So you tie all that in together, that's why all the other nations were drunken at one point. But now the Lord is raising them up to come against America, man. You know? You shall be despised among the heathen. You know? But yeah, back in Nahum.
This Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft.
The mistress of witchcraft, man. You know? And this place is dedicated to witchcraft. All the different idols that are erected and set up all throughout this country, it invoke demons. Okay? That's why you have all them different, like across the street, you got Roman idols erected right across the street at the Caesar's Palace, man. That's the old deities of ancient Rome that they used to worship and sacrifice to, man. You know? All the different idols in this country, man. That's why you got a lot of groves in this country. That's why they got, what's that, Sonoma County? The Bohemian Grove, where they sacrifice to Molech.
Sacrifice babies.
Yeah, they have all these different occultic ritual sacrifices, which basically what was done over there in England with that tower fire, man. That was a occultic ritual sacrifice for the elite, man, for them to maintain that power, that left hand power. Okay, that was a sacrifice, man. That wasn't just no random accident that happened. Somebody's kitchen, somebody's kitchen fire. Yeah, no, none of that, man. That was all set up, man. And that's part of this so-called white man. That's his witchcraft, man. All right, sex magic, where they taking all these children. That's why they making movies about children going and kidnapping of children, man.
They need the blood of these kids to perform their full ritual.
Yeah.
To keep their power.
Yeah.
They have to do that heavy.
What was going through my head when what was going through my head when we was watching that trailer with that Halle Berry movie, Kidnap? I was like, man, in between the lines, them taking that child, she's running after that child to try to rescue her child, but I don't know if they'll show it in the movie or not, but in real life, when they take that child is gone.
Yeah.
And then it showed how there was other missing children, like you always see it on the missing newspapers, magazines and stuff like that. A lot of those children are taken and they sold into pedophile rings, or they being sacrificed.
Yeah, you see, what they do is they make your adrenaline run so high, then they I don't know what the name of the substance is that goes in your blood when your adrenaline goes in there.
Yeah,
But they drink that shit.
Dopamine.
Yeah.
Dopamine and
Endorphins. Yeah,
endorphins.
they drink that.
That's what devils do.
And it gives them a high.
Yeah.
Sure does.
So that's part of their witchcraft too, man. Basically, basically that psychological, basically that Psyops that's happening to your children. It's a war against the mind of children right now.
Hey,
Not only are they being sacrificed or getting molested, but they're making it okay for children to accept all type of manner of wickedness.
they're making dildos for children.
Oh yeah, we went into that like a year ago.
Sloppy, huh? The Rock did a little sting on Saturday Night Live where he played a mad scientist and he made the most evil machine in the world, and it was a robot child molester.
Wow.
And he said this robot will molest more children faster than any human.
Yep.
And that's advertised on Saturday Night Live.
It was they did it on Saturday Night Live. The Rock did it.
Right.
So, and even what movie was he in? The Pacifier, a bunch of Disney movies.
He's a flaming faggot. He's with he's
he down
another
with
puppet in Hollywood, man. They
He down
use him
with
too.
whatever.
They use all these niggas, man.
You talk about that Ice Cube came out there to tell some real shit
Ice
about
Cube, he's bought cave.
Oh, he's done.
to tell Bill Maher